Ladies and gentlemen, I am the official guide to the Loch Ness Monster, working under the auspices of the Inverness Town Council. It's really rather interesting the way I got the post. Of course, I've always been very interested in monsters, and my Uncle Charles, so to speak, gave his life up to them. In fact, before he actually went into the home, the doctor told me that he'd never had a patient with such a varied assortment of monsters. So as soon as I heard of the Loch Ness Monster, I wrote to the Inverness Town Council and explained that I'd studied under my Uncle Charles, and so I thought I might be of help in classifying their monster. And I also pointed out a very interesting thing, this controversy about the Loch Ness Monster's wife. And now, in the poem of Keats, the first line of the poem, The Grecian Urn, it's definitely mentioned. He speaks of that still unravished bride of quiet Ness. And if he goes on further, he says, Sylvan historian, who can best express? And of course, he's actually got the name of the paper wrong there. It should be Best Daily Mail, but that's no doubt poetic license. And the Inverness Town Council were very impressed with what I said, and as luck would have it, the gentleman who had the post of official guide before me was dismissed at that time. It was all rather sad of him, because he was making the footprints of the monster on the shore one morning opposite a hotel, and he was using a crushing instrument, and unfortunately he missed the shore altogether and struck his foot, and his description of the monster was so vivid and comprehensive that the minister of the local kirk overheard him from the hotel and reported to him that the Inverness Town Council dismissed him from the job vacant when I got it. It's rather interesting. Of course, it is the duty of an official guide to stimulate the interest of the visitors. And so, 2-3 times a week, I'd go down to the shore and find one of the hotels that wasn't doing so well, take a telescope with me, and look out at the centre of the loch and wait until the crowd had collected, and then say, so the monster has two heads, and go back into the hotel. And then, of course, from the visitors that came from the other hotel to that hotel, I drew commission, you see, and that was equally divided between the monster, the Inverness Town Council, and myself. Rather happy sort of arrangement. I had one rather difficult situation. There was a lady in the hotel called Miss Grubbers. The rest of the guests called her the Loch Ness Spinster. She was very interested in the monster and kept on asking the most ridiculous questions about it. And one day she said to me in the lounge of the hotel, "Are you interested in spirits?" And I thought, a funny thing to ask. And so I said, "Yes, I am." And so she said, "Well, if you come up to my room, I've got a bottle. And so if you'll excuse me a minute, I'll tell you what happened when I got up to her room." Well, when I got up to her room, I sat down, and the first thing she asked me was, "Do you know anything about ancient Greek history?" I thought that's rather a peculiar thing to ask me. And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I do, Miss Grubbers." And so she said, "Well, if you remember, in ancient Greece, when a monster attacked a city, they took a maiden and tied her to a post outside the city, and the monster carried her off." So I could see which way the conversation was drifting. So I said, "How, Miss Grubbers?" "Yes, I said, it is in ancient Greece, but it's really rather dangerous. I mean, anything really might happen." She said, "Yes, that's just it." And so then she said, "Well, would you consider taking me down to the shores of the loch and tying me to a post and capturing the monster that way?" And so I said, "Well, if you're really bent on it, Miss Grubbers, I will, because I'd heard you'd been captured by savages twice and still very much the same." So that evening at 6 o'clock, she turned up to the shore of the loch, and I tied her to a post, and after a little time there was a swirl in the water, and the monster came to the surface, and he took one look at her and dived back into the loch, and he wasn't seen up that end for some time. It was after this that I actually got in communication with the monster. It was very interesting. I was walking along the shore of the loch late one evening, and I heard a noise coming from the centre of the loch. Sort of pa, pa, pee, pa, 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 pee, pa. Of course, I'd been in the Scouts, and I was highly trained in Morse. And I immediately recognised the Morse code and translated the message, and it was, "Monster calling the British Isles, monster calling the British Isles." So I rapped out the message in reply, pa, pa, pee, pa. I said, "I'm waiting here, what shall I do?" And there was a swirl in the water, and the monster came to the surface, and he looked at me and started talking Morse very quickly, and I translated the message, and it was that he was very pleased and happy in the loch, but unfortunately he took great exception to the Andromeda incident, and he said, "I'm very annoyed about the whole thing, that it was very unfair to the Town Council, My wife said I have a very nasty attitude about it, and I may tell you that if this happens again, I'm going straight off to Barton Creek. So I assured him that it wouldn't happen again, and he was more or less peaceful after that. And I said to him, well, now, how is it, Monster, you speak more so fluently? And he explained to me that they used to live in the bottom of the Atlantic, and in the winter evenings when there wasn't very much to do, he was listening to the Atlantic cable, and learned Morse back then. He said, that's why I speak Morse with an American accent. And I said, well, you still live in the Atlantic? And he said, well, no, the Atlantic, my wife's health's not what it should be. She's got that sort of bronchial trouble. And they moved into the Mediterranean. But she was so upset with the luxury cruises, because she said she could never come to the surface without blushing, that they heard Loch Ness was vacant and moved up there. And he said he had 3 children there at a finishing school in the Gulf of Mexico, and they won't be coming up until next spring. There was one thing he told me. He said he was very distressed to find so few people really believed in him. And he said, when you go to London, I want you to ask your audiences if they really believe in me, and I promised him I would. And so I'm going to ask you now, do you really believe in the Loch Ness Monster? And if you do, please lift your hands, your right hands above your head. Now, do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make it around half dozen. 6, a little higher, please. 6, yes. That's excellent. I'll go straight home and tell him.